what's up guys, it's Bunny and I'm back again for another video. This video we're going to be talking about Charlie Kirk's mindset on how black people have the right to say whatever they want and they don't get penalized for it, but white people always get penalized for everything that they say. Now, I don't know what delusional world that he's living in. Now, I'm not going to say that I've experienced like a crazy amount of racism throughout my life, but I have experienced it to a certain extent. But there's some people who've experienced it worse than I have. But I will say this, from the little bit that I have experienced, people of color do not have the right to say whatever they want and not get penalized. There's a lot of stuff that I've heard white people say, and like not even just like in the workplace, but just in general, that like if I had said it, I would have got written up, fired, what have you. Like it would have turned into like a big thing. And it's crazy to me because I don't know where, especially someone like him, where you got this delusion that you think people of color have this ultimate power when white people have always had this power that black people have never been able to achieve, even though without people of color, you know, we wouldn't have had a lot of the things that we have in today's society, even though history portrays it like white people are the ones that come up with everything. And look, I got Flash, my boy here. What's your take on it? Right? Black people get it rough, man, right? Let them know. Let them know, man. Right? A black man can't live, man. Let them know. You know what I'm saying? He get discriminated against all the time. And it's just because it's color, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't even be chocolate out here in these streets, man. But anyway, like for example, like I didn't personally experience it, but I worked with someone. Like we didn't work for the same company, but we were all in the same building. It was kind of one of those situations that multiple businesses worked in the same building, and um, we just all worked together, but we weren't part of the same company, so we had different rules and regulations. But this one person that I worked with, when they used to work for another company, their job was firing a gentleman and he didn't even do anything. So they were firing him. And when it came time for him to get his stuff to leave, security was like escorting him to his desk and watching his every move. Now, he was a person of color. Now, when that same company had fired someone that was white, they just let them walk in the back. They didn't follow protocol and have security follow them and all of that and watch them and see what they were doing when they went to their desk to grab their stuff before they had to leave. And that person was the person that they were so upset that they got let go from the company that they actually pooped in a bag and they left it in someone's desk for them to find later. And that's the type of things, those are the type of things that like bother me the most, because you'll hear cases like that where, you know, a white person will do something and they'll get like a little slap on the wrist, and you know everybody would just go about their business and keep it moving and forget about it and won't think about it. But like someone of color, as soon as they even have like an inkling of doing something like that, or even if they didn't think about doing something like that, they get kind of persecuted, like as if they were going to do it. And it's just crazy to me. It's like the same with the stereotyping when someone of color goes in the store sometimes. Like if, depending on the area you go to, there's some places that if you're a person of color, even if you're someone who's never stole anything a day in your life, or done any type of crime. Just because you're a person of color, a lot of places will watch your every move to see what you're doing and what you're not doing, and if you're gonna steal something or what have you. And if you were a white person, they'll just let you go on by and act all type of crazy. Like, for example, I've even seen cases like there was a gentleman. It was something I saw online. It was a gentleman. He actually was talking to like a 12-year-old girl online, and he went to her house and he wanted to talk to her and he wanted to find out if she wanted anything to do with him, if she's done with him and all that. And the cops was trying to get him to like go about his business and all that. And the gentleman was getting very upset and bothered that the police officers wasn't letting him talk to the girl that he came to talk to. And he was yelling and acting belligerent and all that. And the cops were taking a sweet time before they decided to say, put your hands behind your back. We about to cuff you and put you in the back of the cop car. But if it was somebody of color, they would have had him pinned even before he started yelling. As soon as he showed up to the porch, they would have had him pinned to the ground, handcuffed, threw in the back of the truck, and that's just being nice. So I don't know where, especially Charlie Kirk or anybody that's white that has this delusion that people of color have the freedom to say and do whatever they want. The problem with today's society is that white people are starting to get called out by things they say, and with the little bit that they're getting called out about, they're like, "Oh yeah, we know what it feels like to be prosecuted against and have people point the finger at us, and you know what it's like to be looked at negatively for saying something that we're not supposed to say." But that's not even the half of what people of color have dealt with in the years of just existing. That's just like a small snippet of what they've dealt with. And the audacity of someone who pretty much has it easy through their life. Now, I'm not saying all white people have it easy. Everybody has different personal issues and all that. I understand that. But I'm just saying from the black and white aspect of it. Someone who has it easier and doesn't have cops looking for them and expecting them to commit a crime and have their eyes on them 24/7. It's crazy how you have that mindset that we just have the free will to say and do whatever we want. As soon as we say or do anything that goes a little bit left from what other people believe or how they feel, we're looked at crazy, and we either miss out on an opportunity that we could have had or whatever. And sometimes I've even seen cases where maybe a company won't blatantly say that they're discriminating against you, but I've seen cases where companies will, they might not hire you just because you're of someone of color. And sometimes it's also because a lot of people of color have unique names that aren't the typical everyday names. So when people hear it, they're like, "Oh, I'm not going to hire this person." But that person may be qualified, they may be educated, but just because of the color of their skin, or that they have a different name, or that they're not from here, and whatever the case is, they get the short end of the stick. And I've seen that happen a lot with people of color. And for white people to feel like they know what it feels like for a person of color, like what they go through on a day-to-day basis, is crazy to me. And I think they need to just wake up and smell the roses and come back to reality and realize that black people still have it very hard. They're still getting the worst of a lot of things, and maybe it got a little bit better from what it used to be as far as like slavery and all that, but it's still bad, and it's very bad for a lot of people. So I just find it crazy that that's how people think. And with someone like him who has like such a big platform and a lot of people that support him, and listen to what he has to say, because don't get me wrong, he's a very good debater. He can debate very well. He knows what he's talking about. He can execute any topic he talks about because he does his research before he goes and debates about it. But the problem is, a lot of the people that he debates against are people who don't know what they're talking about. They haven't done their research, and they only know half of the information that that they're talking about. So essentially, even if what he's saying is crazy, it doesn't even matter, because if you can't find someone that fight against your argument when you're going in a debate, the person that you don't agree with, they're automatically going to win the debate. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Flash? Yep. Like, he always won, but he always get what he wants. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how I feel about it. I think people, especially that have really big platforms, they should, spread a positive message and really think about what's going on in today's society. And a lot of the problems with a lot of people that have these twisted views on life, especially when it comes to colored people and white people, and how things work and how things don't work and stuff like that. A lot of times it's because a lot of those people have a silver spoon in their mouth, and they don't know what it's like to struggle, and they don't know what it's like to go through what some of these people do have to go through on a day-to-day basis. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but if you have any extra opinions, comment down below. Reach out to me on my social media. You know what I'm saying? You can reach out to Flash's social media, because that'll be down below too, because he got his own little Instagram. I got to post some more pictures of him. I got some more pictures of him that I took that I got to post. I keep his Instagram popping. But, reach out to us and let us know what you think. Let me know if you think I should have added more or went more in depth about the topic, and I'll gladly reach out. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.